that for road rash?
Although it's a brand new game, Devil May Cry 5 seems like a very nice trip right back home. Capcom's latest title for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and also for the PC, is a tour de force. It is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous game, and it's filled with all kinds of great action and lots of cool zany characters, and it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Devil May Cry.
Now, the way the plot sort of unfolds in this game, it takes place over a certain number of days, and you start off in Nero's shoes. You are introduced to Nico, who is riding this Devil May Cry van, which is hilarious, and she does all kinds of augmentations for you. Nero has a tragic accident befall him at the beginning, but don't you worry, Nico has got the skills to augment him with some powerful new weaponry that he can use to his advantage. I'm trying not to spoil too much of the stuff, but there's a lot of familiar characters in here. There's a lot of callbacks to previous Devil May Cry scenarios and sequences. You even get a little movie at the top of the menu screen that allows you to refresh your memory on all the twists and turns of this very dramatic plot that exists within the Devil May Cry universe.
So, what's your name?
I have no name. Just kidding. You can call me V.
You are definitely going to be playing as Dante in this game, but you're also going to be playing as V and as Nero in this title.
This is my gig. Leave Nero out of this.
Each of these three characters plays very differently, and I think that's core to this game's appeal. Every time that you jump into the shoes of a different protagonist, you take on a whole new set of attributes and a whole new set of weaponry and skills. And in the case of V in particular, you get these extra beasts that you can call into action, and you can send these different little animal characters out to do all kinds of damage, and it's incredibly addictive. Dante comes with the biggest arsenal, with lots and lots of great details. You get a an incredible assortment of blades, including a motorcycle that he rips in two, and then the motorcycle becomes a massive swinging blade that he can actually ride on and take out different bad guys with. You've got all kinds of projectile weaponry as well, starting with your two handguns and then working up to a rocket launcher. You've got a cowboy hat that you can fling around yourself. It uses up some of the red orbs that you pick up, the blood orbs that you pick up, and also helps you to gain new blood orbs, which are the currency in the title that allow you to buy all kinds of new skills, and the very useful regeneration diamonds that let you come back to life. And then you just get right to it. You are hacking and slashing at giant bug-like creatures and three-headed dogs and monster-sized massive bosses that are really fun to take down. And then you have all kinds of other enemies that you have to take out that come in various sizes and are at various levels of frustration. Some of them take a whole bunch of damage before they go down. Some of them you can just zip right to and hack and slash your way through. And, as I'm describing how the game plays, I have to kind of couch my words here a little bit, because every encounter is different depending on the weaponry you use and the character you use. You're using a lot of the same button combinations, and a lot of the mechanics feel similar from character to character, but the way the effectiveness of these attacks plays out is incredibly different from character to character. And even within the character, you can change stances, you can change the combination of weaponry, so you could be, blasting with a shotgun and slicing with your motorcycle blade as Dante, or you can attack with your Puma, which becomes all of these weird shapes and spiky kind of objects that attack into characters, or you've got a bird that's kind of your projectile device, or as Nero, you've got these cool augmented hand power-ups and abilities, and you've also got a kick-ass blade and a pretty furious handgun as well. And then you can go into your devil forms, and each one of the characters has their own hyper-powered variation as well. So the combinations are incredibly fun to explore and examine. You do spend a lot of time in the roots of this giant devil demon hell tree, and there's a sameness that you see in the visuals from level to level. And to be honest, I think I've enjoyed a little bit more of the variety that previous Devil May Cry games have presented to us, even if they were lower poly and the creatures were, made with less technology. They also had this element of, freshness, because we were just being introduced to Devil May Cry as a franchise, but also there was a little bit more freeform imagination. And I think the templates were being kind of set with previous Devil May Cry games, and this game doesn't really veer too far away from the templates. It's surprising in its ability to let you play with these different characters and explore with them in lots of different ways, and that's the fun of it. But The areas that you explore in, as beautifully rendered as they are, start to look a little similar from level to level, and I wanted a little bit more diversity. But I think that sort of plays also into the idea that this is a tight time frame and there's a definitive beginning, middle, and end to this story that transpires. And then, you know what? I mean, this is a game that's incredibly easy to get sucked into and to play. I didn't play it in one sitting, but I played it in huge gulps because it was so addictive and so fun. And once you beat it, you're immediately encouraged to try it again with a new mode. And of course, you've collected all these new weapons, and there are several still yet to find. There are lots of little secrets and surprises all the way through. I guarantee any Devil May Cry fan out there is going to have a huge smile on their face. Capcom has really delivered with this one. It's not a shocker, it's not like a reinvention, but it is just what a Devil May Cry fan like myself would want. It's already a big hit, it's already hit the market, and people are very, very happy with them. And I count myself among those.
How does one friggin' guy have so much luck, huh?
Devil May Cry 5 is fantastic, even if I'm not walking away shocked by it. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and Capcom is on fire.
Come on, let's go clean up this garbage.